Hello and welcome to this channel where I've been sharing with you tips and tricks that can help you to pass your IELTS with a high band. My name is Brahim and today I'm going to teach you 9 phrasal verbs that you can use in the IELTS speaking. The phrasal verbs that I chose for you today are really easy to use and they can significantly improve your speech overall. So if you want to level up your IELTS speaking game, this is the right video for you. I'll try to keep it short and sweet, so let's get right into it. Now the first phrasal verb that I have for you is save up. So simply instead of saying save money, you can add that up and it just means to save money to use it in the future. In the IELTS speaking test, if you get asked to describe an object or an item that you really liked or that you bought recently, an example would be, since the latest iPhone came out, I have been saving up to buy it. Now let's move to the second one. Instead of saying only help, use this phrasal verb, which is help out. And it simply means the same thing. And this phrasal verb is mostly used with people. So if you get asked to describe a person or a friend or talk about your family, you can use it in this way. My friend has always helped me out, especially when I needed advice and support. You could also use it in a different way. So if you've been helping some people with a project or if it's your family's business, you could simply say, I've been helping out with our family's business. Now if we move to the third one, instead of using the verb to plan on its own, simply say to plan out. So if you plan something out, it means that you plan it carefully with so many details. If you get asked to describe a memorable journey that you took, either by plane, boat or car, so an example here could be, before we embarked on our adventure, I planned out the entire trip. Or before we flew to Italy, I planned out the entire trip. Now with the fourth phrasal verb, instead of using the verb send, use the phrasal verb send out. And it pretty much means the same thing. So again, if you get asked to describe an object that you bought online or a website from which you normally buy things online, your answer can be, I always use this website, whether it's Amazon, eBay or whatever website you are using, and they usually send out the items in 2 days. Or I bought this thing online and they sent it out in only 2 days. Another way where you can use it, if you get asked to describe a memorable event, a family wedding or a special family occasion, a birthday party or something like that, you could also use it there and you can say, before the event, we sent out the invitations to everyone. Now, if we move to the next phrasal verb, this one is pay off. And this one has 2 meanings. So the first one, if you borrowed money from someone or you have debt that you need to pay it back, you could simply say, I have to pay it back or I have to pay it off. The other way where it can be used is if you say that something paid off, it means that it brings good results or it succeeds. So since you are watching this video, you are preparing for your IELTS, so I can say, I hope that your hard work will pay off and you get a band of 7, 8 or 9. Now with the next phrasal verb is instead of saying only rent, use rent out. And this is from the landlord perspective. So if you have a property and you are renting it, you could say, I am renting it out. In the IELTS test, if you get asked to describe an apartment or a property that your family owns, and if it happened to be rented to people, you can say, my family has this apartment and we've been renting it out. I have to tell you that if you are renting from the tenant's perspective, so if you are paying someone to live in an apartment, you cannot say rent out. It cannot be used in this situation. So it's only from the landlord's perspective or the landlady. Now let's get to the next one. Use better off. And it means to be in a better situation or also more like better financially. In the IELTS test, if you get a question like this one, to describe a difficult decision that you had to make, and let's say the decision was that you received 2 job offers and you were not sure which one to accept. So your answer can be, after a lot of thought, I realized that I would be better off accepting job A or job B or whatever two options that you had to deal with. Now for the last phrasal verbs in this video, I have two phrasal verbs which essentially mean the exact same thing, so they are interchangeable. You can use both of them. The first one is to speak up and the second one is to speak out. And it means to express your opinion, especially in a controversial setting, like you have to speak up against something that you don't like or you don't agree with. So if the question that you get is, describe a time when you had to work in a group, so you can discuss whatever happened in that group and then that you didn't agree on the topic and then you had to speak up or speak out for yourself. Now coming to the end of the video, I shared with you these 9 phrasal verbs that can be easily implemented. They are not very difficult to remember and they will make your speaking flow a lot more naturally, especially in the eye of the examiner or with a native person. If you want to learn more phrasal verbs, go and check out my other video if you haven't seen it, in which I shared 13 phrasal verbs. Now that brings me to the end. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more helpful videos like this, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so. Till I see you next time, make sure you are practicing, and ciao.